We're inside the Russell Building next to the U.S. Capitol here in Washington, inside the offices of Senator Lindsey Graham. Senator, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Let's dive right in. Government's reopened.
Well, that's an accomplishment, not really. I mean, should it have ever closed? We got an 80% issue to deal with, the DREAM Act kids. They came here on the average age of 6. They got no other place to go. This is home. They were brought by the parents, not their choice. We got a military at war that we all love, and we can't get those two things fixed. Shutting the government down over those two issues shows you how far we've fallen. I'm glad it's back open, but we need to solve these problems.
Yesterday you talked about the continuing resolution, saying basically we're not winning right now. What do you mean by that?
Well, General Mattis says the combination, who our Secretary of Defense says, continuing resolutions, which means just plowing along at the same level, and defense cuts that have been implemented since 2011 have done more to damage the military than any enemy on the battlefield. So the reason I threw a fit is we got a 30-day continuing resolution from the House, way too long. It bleeds the military without any end game. So I want to compliment Senator McConnell. We're going to go back February 8th. We got a continuing resolution to February 8th, which is a week shorter, but now we got a plan. We're going to take up immigration. Until you get that off the table, we're not going to get these other issues done. So I think the Democrats overplayed their hand, and I appreciate Senator McConnell providing leadership.
Is this doable, though? Are we going to come up with some sort of deal on immigration between now and February 8th?
I don't know. I'm going to meet with 30 senators today. When 80% of the people support something, it looks like 70 of us could get there. I've been doing this for 10 years. Illegal immigration I want to fix and not have 11 million 20 years from now. We're going to do it in two parts. President Trump has actually been very good on this issue. Tuesday at that meeting he had where the public was invited for 55 minutes on C-SPAN all over the country, where he was presiding over a group of senators and House members, he was great. So why can't we find a way to take care of the 700,000 who were brought here by their parents with no place to go, and at the same time fix the military? I think we can, and whether we do it by February the 8th or not, I don't know. I'm meeting with 30 senators today to see if we can. This is what I do know. Come February the 8th, the Senate is going to deal with this.
The House working on their own immigration plan, and the Senate's working on theirs.
Right.
So is there going to be like a collision down the road?
Well, this is a civics moment, right? Somebody's got to lead. I appreciate the House doing something on immigration. The Senate, February the 8th, will do something on immigration. The President tweeted out today, let's talk to each other. So I'm going to make a prediction. I think you're going to get a bill passed in the Senate with 70 votes, pretty close to 70 votes. The House can change it if they don't like it. Then we reconcile the differences and the President can sign it or veto it. Senator Rand Paul, who I don't agree with a lot, said the following: if the House and the Senate went to work on immigration, they would find something to pass that the President would sign. I totally believe that.
You mentioned the President. Have you spoken to the President since that Oval Office meeting on January 11th?
Yeah, we spoke a couple days after. I said, you did great on Tuesday, not so good on Thursday. I want to help you. I want to get the wall money you need, and we all need, and you want, and you deserve the right to get. I don't think he has any animosity toward the DACA kids, and we all want to build a military. You're not going to pass it with a partisan bill. You need 60 votes in the Senate. Mr. President, there's more than 60 votes for the two things: funding the military, taking care of the DACA kids. His tweet today was encouraging. I like the President, but at the end of the day, we got to move, and we're going to move in the Senate.
At times it seems like you and the President are best buddies playing golf, and at other times you guys seem to be colliding and butting heads on, especially this issue on immigration.
The Tuesday Trump was awesome. We're going to do it with security and compassion. He's got some people around him at the White House who've been opposing immigration for a decade. President Trump's heart is right. He knows where the market is. He talked to Senator Schumer. I think they had a pretty good understanding, only to be pulled back. The only thing I can tell you is that President Trump's instincts on this issue are good. We just got to get a solution and show it to him and see if he will accept it. As to me and the President, he's done more as Commander-in-Chief to rebuild the military after Obama than I could have ever dreamed of. He has been a great Commander-in-Chief. He's rebuilding the military. We're taking ISIL on without one hand tied behind her back. He understands the Iranian deal is a terrible deal. So we got a lot in common. But the one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to tell him something I don't believe. You're not going to be able to pass a bill in the United States Senate where we get everything we want and they just get DACA.
We know the reports of what transpired in that Oval Office meeting on January 11th, and there were reports that you stood up and you said your piece to the president in that meeting. Are you prepared today to tell us exactly what was said in that meeting?
No, because it was a meeting between me and the president. I'm prepared to work with this president to rebuild a military that's in desperate need of being rebuilt, fix an immigration problem in a good, tough, but fair way, and move on to infrastructure. I don't feel it's my place to repeat what was said in that meeting publicly. I want to preserve my ability to work with this president. The president that was on TV Tuesday is the guy I play golf with. He was charming, he was funny, he understood the issues. He talked to Democrats and Republicans and said, let's see if we can get this done. That's the guy I know, and I hope he comes back.
Almost lost in all of this talk about immigration is North Korea.
Yes, and Iran. This is what's so frustrating. Immigration, there's a way forward. The president's told us how to get there. We just need to get there. 80% of the public wants to deal with DACA. We'll do something on the border, call it a day. Then we'll move on to other issues. Why do I want to stay close to the president? Number one, I enjoy his company. He beat me, and I owe it to him and the people of South Carolina to work with him. But look what is on this man's plate, JR. You got North Korea marching every day toward a nuclear weapon and a missile to hit America, and the world is basically not helping President Trump. The sanctions are not working. I stand behind President Trump 100% when he says, I'll never let Kim Jong-un have a nuclear-tipped missile to hit America. If we don't find a solution soon, then we may have to go to war with North Korea. I don't want that. It would be devastating. But President Trump is running out of options. Every president before him put him in this box, and he needs help, and I'm going to help him on North Korea. He's right to protect the homeland from a crazy man. He's right to want to get a better deal with Iran.
It seems like Lindsey Graham's a key player in a lot of these big issues in Washington these days.
All I can say is I've been up here to the good graces of the people of South Carolina. I don't want to waste time. I'm 62. I'd like to do something good for the country. My time will run out one day. I'd like to help the president put North Korea in a box so that the next president doesn't have to worry about a man with a bunch of missiles and a bunch of bombs who may actually use them. I want to help the president to eradicate terrorism so we don't have another 9/11. I want to help him on infrastructure. We cut taxes. I want to do something to replace Obamacare. The reason I think I've made myself relevant is I can be tough, but I also can be somebody you can do business with. I like working with Democrats when it makes sense, and I'll fight back. On health care, I'm not going to work with Democrats because they want to keep Obamacare and I want to repeal it. So I'm going to work with the president to send the money back to the states and not let it be run in Washington. When it comes to infrastructure, I'll work with Democrats. When it comes to military spending, I'm going to stand behind the president.
All right. Senator Graham.
Thank you.
I know you're a busy man.
This has been fun.
We appreciate your time.
Thank
I know
you.
it was short and sweet, but we appreciate it.
To the people back home, I enjoy my job. Thank you for letting me do it. And we're going to get a good outcome, and the president's going to be indispensable.